and welcome to the show. You see, I've got my man Matt and Mr. Tom with me, and because I love my videos. I worked hard on them, but so we're gonna do our videos, and then we'll start talking about whatever we're gonna talk about.
This is DWTT coming to you from the Emirates.
Here we go on our way down. Say hi, Mark.
What's going on? Happy.
And down there, what do we got? On the stoop, low.
Hello, we're at the Tollington. Hello, we're at the Tollington. We just saw a couple players go by. Bruce Nelson did tango. Hey, dude. Another player just went by. Crazy. Another player just went by. This is great.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. Before we do our show intro, we're going to say hello to everybody. Matt, how are you doing?
Good, brother. Doing
Cool.
good, brother.
Cool. Mr. Tom, how are you doing?
How do you think?
Oh, damn. I don't. Do we have a whole show to discuss that? But how are you feeling right now, like this instant?
No, I'm okay. I just wanted to see what you said. That was all.
We'll get into it. We'll do our show intro, and then we'll get to it, everybody.
This is DWTT coming to you from the Emirates.
Hello. All right. Now that I got my videos out of the way, we can actually start talking about some stuff. So, Premier League season is over. If you don't know, Matt has been on the circuit, letting everybody know, pushing his word out there to the streets, to the people. So
The gospel to all ye nations.
So I don't know if he's got anything left to tell us that he hasn't said already, but he probably does. He probably has something left in the tank. I don't know if he's been holding back, but there's something new. It's been a couple of days.
Glad this season is over with, man. That shit show that was the season is over, and now we can get to the fun part, the transfer window.
Yes.
Where me and brother Tony gonna talk. Tony Clark Gunner TV are going to be in these internet streets sleuthing, and we're going to be holding the Arsenal accountable. And unfortunately, man, I'm going to have to get up early and watch Leeds down in the championship. So I got to go back to that. I got to go back to that again.
Mr. Tom, yeah, the season did not go the way we had hoped. We all were backing you. We all were hoping that you'd be smiling, not smiling because you're on talking with us, but smiling because your team did what it needed to do.
I think deep down, what happened was what we all saw coming. It's what we deserved ultimately. We wrote the handbook on how to get relegated. It was by the numbers. We tried to fix mistakes with poor decisions, which leads to where we are going to be in August, which is starting a week before you do, because that's what happens when you're in the championship.
Very much.
More games.
Tougher games.
Twice a week.
Yeah.
Twice a week, baby.
Yeah. So let's hello to the people who just joined us. BX Gunner for some reason. BX Gunner, I told you. Just create a new account, call it NC Gunner, because you aren't BX Gunner anymore, anyways. You might as well just go. Just come on, just how do they say it? Just accept it. Sounds like the YouTube world does not want you out there. So NC Gunner. Take it on. At least you have 2 accounts, and you can move on. Let's do that. We got Sam has joined us. Welcome to the show. Sam's got some milk for the sexy kitten. I don't think you want to accept that, but to each its own. Matt, your energy is great, and I love you, bro. But your side of Arteta out is like Chewbacca. It makes no sense logically. Oh, look at that! It just he's gonna jump in on you. Oh, you muted, man. You muted. You muted.
I'm not wasting my time arguing with Sam. The facts are the facts.
That's a fair point.
And don't think I didn't sit over there and listen to y'all on the fan circle the other day talk about how they put that performance in and couldn't put it in throughout the year. And shout out to Tony.
Yeah.
I heard Tony over there preaching that gospel. Y'all were rebuking it.
We were rebuking it. I rebuked it.
Y'all rebuked Tony's gospel because Tony was calling him out, man. And you was, oh, this is just some improvement.
As I always say, I go game by game, and now it's time to evaluate the entire season. Or else I can't enjoy it. I can't look at the whole. This is the difference between me and you. You're looking at the entire season as a whole. So whatever's going on, you're happy with it. And
he said he goes game by game, right?
Yeah.
And we've been dealing with these debacles year by year. It's a damn game by game. We've been watching this shit show for 3.5 years.
That's why your hair is gone. Because you just
no. Wenger took the hair. Wenger took the hair. Wenger took all of that.
Yeah. No, I tell you, this is how my fandom works. You don't have to agree, but I do like to, like I said, watch a game, enjoy the game, or get pissed off at the game. Right? That's how I work. Or else it's hard for me to go watch a game I'm already pissed off at, and they haven't even played.
But you're a Florida fan, though.
Yeah, I'm already pissed. I don't want to. I'm trying not to be a Florida Gator fan to my arsenal. All right, not yet. Give me some time. I've actually won 3 championships, so I know it can be done. I've seen you on the other side of this. I was laughing at you because that's what we do. Georgia laughs at Florida. Florida laughs at Georgia. That's what we do. You're having your time, and soon, hopefully, it'll be our time.
That's how you know it's the end of the season. We started talking about American football now.
Hey, you brought it up.
Carry on.
Brought it up. You brought it up. Oh man. So yeah.
It was really handy, Gary, that the show we didn't have a show yesterday because I sat and watched the Boston Celtics absolutely collapse.
Oh, and you know what? And I'm a Heat fan, so I was enjoying. I was hoping that they would not be in the record books.
I was furious.
They were almost in the record books. Yeah.
How can you?
Would you have sacked Spoelstra? Hey, hold on. Let me ask you quick. Would you have sacked Spoelstra had y'all lost that game yesterday?
The man with 2 trophies. You would sack him?
I'm asking you. Would you have sacked him?
Would I sack him because of that? It would be close, man. It would be.
So would you have sacked the manager for 248 days at the top? I mean, it's the same thing. It's the same damn thing.
And you know what my answer is, though, right? There's a difference between the two, right?
I know he's not going to get sacked, so I just want to throw it out there.
No, he's not going to get sacked, but he's also trending in the right direction. Whether or not you like the steepness of the trend,
we're going to find out that direction. We'll have a better idea. I don't know if you saw me on Jez's today earlier. I'll say it the same thing here. We're going to find out next year. Next year is going to be the year.
Very much so. Yeah. No, it should be not make it or break it. What do they call it? Your last straw. I don't like to see this again. So BX loves being a woman. That's what he's not saying. Hey, we don't discriminate over here. Gators are rough. There are levels to this, and Gators are not at the same level as Georgia. 2 different sports, but it's the same pain when your team loses. I don't care what sport you watch. If your team loses, it hurts.
I bring up the basketball because when you first said last week we were doing the show on Tuesday, because of the way my weekend worked out and everything, and not just football related, but with work and stuff like that, I was like, that's actually really convenient. I actually get to sleep on Monday night because then we could do the show on Tuesday. And then Boston Celtics won 3 games in a row, and it was like, got to watch that game 7 now, innit? Like, can't. So, might as well just done the show. But anyway, yeah, no, it was fine. It was.
This is how bad it was for me because when they were up 3-0, I was like 3-0, 3-0 in the series. I was like, all right, they're gonna get one. Probably, hopefully, you know what? You're at home. You might as well just do it at home because the last thing you want to do is go to Boston and giving them an opportunity, and then that doesn't happen. It's like crap. Then they can't win at home. Then that last home game. Talk about stick a fork in it almost.
Yeah, that game 6, the way it ended, it was like, can't not watch the 7th.
Yeah. I didn't expect to see Boston just collapse like that. That was painful. I mean,
well, their best player got injured on the first play of the game.
Who was their best player? Tatum never played? Oh, I didn't realize that.
No, he played. I think he played.
Oh, but he was hurt.
But basically, he goes up and he come down his ankle in the first seconds of the game, and then it probably affected it. Anyway.
Yeah. I was so hurt by I watched. I was following the scores and stuff, and every once in a while we'll check the game, but then I just couldn't sit there and just watch it because I was like that the way they lost that last one, I was just like that hurt. We'll go through this chat real quick and then we'll continue on. Real Madrid, the biggest and best club in football, just got smashed 4-0 in the Champions League by the team that beat us in the league and bottled the league 12 points behind Barca. But that is okay. Nobody says it, so I don't think anybody's saying it's okay. Barca. Sorry, I'm going to screw up names. Yeah. I'm going to have to work on that.
Huh?
Yeah.
Just tell you. It's fine.
Yeah, thank you. Broncos went from 5-8, lost 3, and Chargers went from 5-8, blew out Denver final game. Yeah. Then they fired Shanahan that Monday, but Denver was trending in wrong direction on defense. Hey, I think as a whole the team is trending. When you go 8, what is it, 8-8 or 8-5-5, 8-8-5, and then you go 2, I think that's a trend as well. I think that's the trend that everybody wants. They keep saying they want a trend going in that direction, but they don't like everything what it entails. So, Chris Nix, welcome to the show. Real quick,
I could talk to you about trends with my team. I could tell you some trends. Did you know Leeds United conceded from their first shot faced on target in 13 matches out of 38? 13. The first shot a team got on our goal in 13 matches resulted in goal. That's why our goalkeeper didn't play the final 4 games. Do you know at some point he conceded 10 shots in a row? No, tell a lie. I've said that slightly wrong. He conceded 10 goals out of 11 shots faced.
Not good.
That's why he didn't play the final 4 games. We lost, but down the other end as well, it was basically 25 points lost from winning positions. Because then when we did score, we couldn't hold on to it. So that's why we're going to Plymouth and Ipswich next year instead of back to the Emirates and Old Trafford.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to Arsenal, please. I just wanted to say my piece.
Yeah, Jay Cutler, he's, as they say, a pretty bad quarterback. I don't know. I guess, and then Arsenal turns up with the new kits. So, any of y'all got the new kits? Nobody?
That's definitely PR. I've seen this going around on Twitter. It's a saying like, our new contracts are PR and all this, right? I've seen it. I've seen the discourse on Twitter and the kits. Yeah.
Not buying that, man.
Yeah.
Not buying that.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess the question to Mr. I want to say
Absolutely, it's absolute failure. He asked me, and I watch Real Madrid. Absolute failure. Absolutely. And I would not be surprised if Ancelotti sacked it in the next out of the blue in the next couple of weeks. I would not be surprised. Might fire him Sunday as soon as the game is over. Not surprised.
True. Well, Meslier is pretty good in FIFA though.
I'm sure you have, because he made the most saves in the Premier League last season. I bet he didn't this season.
Yeah. Hi, Bray, local Badger. Welcome to the show. First time seeing you. Hope you enjoy this.
Hi, Bray. What's going on, brother?
All right. So you must know Matt, huh?
This must be what fame feels like, because I don't know him and he knows my name.
Well, you know Matt, so there you go. That's all that matters. You know the Southern Gooner.
He knows Tom.
Yeah,
he might. Who knows? The hybrid might
Matt's
watch
a celebrity to me.
I'm not.
Matt's a celebrity in my eyes.
Matt's big time, man. Matt's driving in limos and stuff.
Matt's
Helicopters.
I am not. She knows Arsenal. I am not. She knows Arsenal. No.
Matt's he's definitely got the yachts. He's drinking. He's got the straw in the bottle. He's got a straw in the bottle. He's just sipping.
This the ball I got right here. I ain't sipping. I don't see a straw anywhere. That's what I'm sipping on right there.
Well, anyway, hello, Arsenal.
Yes.
Arsenal.
Hi, Barry.
Hi, what's going on, brother? Good to see you in the chat, my man.
Welcome to the show. Yeah. 3 kit changes throughout each season. At least it feels like. Yeah, we always got another shirt coming, another top coming. Yeah, the marketing group does a good job. Wish it trickled down sometimes to the other parts of the team.
I wish my team would launch a retro kit. In fact, I wish my team would just build a time machine so I can go back to when we were half bloody decent. Sorry. Yeah, just
no. This is what it's for. You get it out. Get it out. Come on. People want to hear you. The people want to hear it.
I'm not as angry as people will probably expect, because the anger has been obviously building and coming out at various points. So now it's more like a relief, because I feel like I'm the dog that got took out behind the barn and shot, and I'm just glad it's done. Yeah. The anticipation is what's worse. The hope, the little bite, like the goal against West Ham, amazing goal, Rodrigo, but can't ultimately for nothing. It's the hope that kills you, man.
True. Drip FC, huh? And Matt, he says you're sipping on a special cough syrup, the Tussin. LeBron is going to wear the what? Go ahead.
I have to show him that.
LeBron is going to wear the new Liverpool jersey and pretend he supports us again. There you go. You got LeBron.
His head.
I noticed Mr. Tom has the championship badge on, reminding you to pause for gambling. What? Is that right?
No, this is from last season. Oh. So I actually have the Premier League badge.
Yeah.
But the next shirt will do. I mean.
Yep.
I can't wait to get rid of that badge. It's back.
Yeah, and Taib's got a joke. You can say it, Mr. Tom, because you know me.
Okay. What's the difference between a wise guy and a butt sniffer? One's a smart fella, the other is a fart smeller.
There you go. Taib bring in the jokes. Yeah, and LeBron, he owns Liverpool, so there you go. So here we go. Let's get into it.
Consortium.
Oh, is that it? Yeah, the big group. So let's get into it. Hey, Sam owns, I don't even know what you call this, 1/1,000,000th of Croydon FC. So there you go. Everybody's in the business.
51% of a bridge, and I'm willing to sell it to anyone.
There you go. So the season's over. So we can talk about the game, or we can talk about the season. Matt, what do you want to talk about?
I mean, we bottled the league, man. I mean, that's it. That's the highlight. We qualify for Europe. That's all. That was the only highlight for the year. We qualify for Europe. We did. There's nothing about second place. None of that. Nope. Just Nope. We qualified for Europe and bottle the league.
Yeah,
That's simple, man.
that's it. There's nothing in the
I mean,
middle.
that's it, man. I mean, like I've said before, it was improvement, but it wasn't impressive because we didn't do what we needed to do. We folded under pressure. And in the next season, I want to see us get used to playing under pressure. This narrative of us not playing under pressure has to stop.
Yep. Yeah, no, I agree with you. I mean, I said it before. Whenever we've had something to play for and win, we never did it.
Yeah.
We never got to enjoy, and people know this. We never got to enjoy St. Tottenham's Day. We never
Yeah.
got to enjoy top four. We never even got to,
And
we never even got to enjoy top two. Meaning, because basically and I think in all three of those scenarios, we didn't even. Some other team had to fail for us to secure those positions. And like you said, you have these goals, and and they change throughout the season. And these little mini goals, like let's try and win and secure St. Tottenham's Day. Let's try and win and secure top four. At the least, let's try and secure top two spot. And in each one of those, we failed. So and I'll say it again, Arteta at some point needs to come out and be pissed off about that. Oh, I believe he is, but I don't think I would rather. I want to see it as a fan. I want to see it.
I think Gary, I'm seeing people in the chat saying we turned the corner. We turn the club
Yeah,
around. It's just a
yeah,
kidding.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
I think next year will be the defining. This is it's going to either be up or down next year
Yeah.
because we're going to find out was this year a fluke or was it that the
True.
league was it the
Yeah,
league just out of whack this year,
yeah,
or will we actually have substantial growth this
yeah,
transfer window and next year?
yeah.
This will be
But
the year.
you could also, and you could also look back at the previous seasons and see how we've improved,
Yes, so I
or
said improve. I
how
said
things. Well,
improvement.
so this needs to the trend that we're on needs
Yeah,
to continue, and it, I'm
this,
with
this,
you. The trend
this,
has to continue, or else something big has to happen because
Gary,
we
this
can't.
is
Yeah,
going forward,
yeah,
and I agree with you, Gary. And going forward, this needs to be the narrative. This needs to be the narrative. The narrative needs to be: we have seen Arsenal in first place
yeah.
and pushing for a title. There's no reason that next year we should not be right back challenging for a title. There's no excuse,
I hear you.
none, because we did it this year. So,
Yep.
so I don't want to hear this next year. Oh, yeah, no, man. Man City, they've got Holland and this and that and this and that and that and this. We were in pole position. And we turned around and looked at who was coming up behind us and they passed right by us. Turned the corner.
True, true. But you also, you like I said, it's there is there are other parts to this season that have improved as well. Our youngsters have improved, right? Even our goalkeeper, to some respects, has improved. You know, you some of the saves that Ramsdale made saved points.
He needs to work on
Some of the
he needs to
some of
work
the
on penalty kicks.
No, no, I hear you, but but I'm saying that, but the players have improved as well. Your Saka's improved, your Erdegaard's have improved, your Martinelli's have improved. They've stayed healthy most of the season. I mean,
We still need a
and
striker.
that's yeah, no, we definitely need some work there. We've seen. I mean, like I said, what's good and bad is I got to see Partey kind of in his at his height when I saw the North London Derby there at the Emirates, and we don't get to see that enough, and that's a problem. But I did see it, so it is there once in a while, or should I say at least half the time he played, we saw it. So we've got some good things that we did, and the players they improved as well, right? So I'm gonna, our top attackers are all the youngsters, right? I mean, all three of them over 20 goal contributions, I believe, if not close. I think close. I think maybe we're close there. So that's what you want. If you had a different striker, I think Erdegaard would have double digits assists as well. So they are more than just finishing second, and these are things to build on. This is what we need to do, right? We always say, I always say, we need to take a win and build on it, and we need to take a loss and erase it, because we need to move on from that and get better from whatever we did wrong. We didn't do that enough when we needed to. but we were consistently good for most of the season. It does take 38 games, and that's that you got to be able to run through the tape. Got to be able to run through the tape. We weren't able to do that this season, and part of that is bad luck. Part of that is man management. Part of that is recruitment. You've got it all. You got it all. The players' mentalities and going into those games, regardless of who was in or out, needs to be different, right? So yeah. So like I said, so the club has is turning in the right direction. I don't think people. I think a lot of people like yourself want it to be faster and smoother. As I look at what they're telling me, they're not going to go as fast as a lot of people want. They're just not going to do it. They've got a plan. They want to stick to it. We've got Minerals FC has joined us.
They're going to
Welcome
have to.
to the show.
They're going to.
Yeah.
We're going to have to.
Yeah.
We're going to have to. We're going to put our best foot forward next year. This year was it's painful. I'm telling you. If we do not be successful next year, everybody's going to look back at this year. It's going to hurt.
Yeah.
It's going to hurt.
Yeah. I'm not going to read that one. It's a dirty one. I'm not reading it. You want to read it, Mr. Tom?
Let me go back up and find it. Right. People say that love is the best feeling, but I think that finding a toilet when you have diarrhea is a better feeling.
I got a feeling better than that. I got a feeling. Granted, Shaka leaving the club.
Well, that's another thing. So you got some probably some comings and goings, a lot of goings. Hopefully, we'll get into that as well. Let me just go through this chat and we'll continue on with where we go from here.
To have more goings when you have diarrhea.
Yeah, you definitely have. Yeah, smash those likes, people. Thank you for joining us. Hope you're enjoying the show. As you can see, we are all over the place on different sides of the fence. Finishing second isn't good enough. We should have won it because City even lost to Brentford.
City put out against Brentford.
Yeah,
I
think that's a stretch saying that they lost to Brentford. They won the league like 3 weeks before that, basically. They didn't even have to play the last 3 games. So
the record book is going to show that Brentford beat them twice.
Yeah.
But anyone with a crumb of intelligence will know the context of. There's no blueprint to be formed from Brentford beating City's BC team 1-0.
True.
It's just not.
They didn't even play. Usually they will eventually play some of their top players. They didn't even do that. I mean, I think
not taking anything away from the first game.
Yeah.
Brentford won there. Not taking anything away from that.
Yeah.
But there's certainly no blueprint to be gained from two anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, so this is about Ramsdale. Penalties are mental and guessing right. Yeah. He has to learn something better. I don't know. He's got a lot of, I think in the Arsenal family, there's a lot of people that maybe be able to give him some tips. So hopefully that happens. Yeah. If we beat Forest and Brighton, then they would have, we needed to win those last 3 games for me anyways, just to save some face and show that, you know what? We haven't rolled over. We still got something left in the tank. We still got a little bit of heart, a little bit. We want to play for the badge and all those types of things that people say. Go out on a good note. Yeah. What famous soccer player always leaves his stuff laying around on the floor? Messi. Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Can't predict. Yeah, I don't know what this comment's in relation to. Is it something we said?
That's in relation to the Leicester comment about Leicester. No, hang on, sorry. Oh yeah, of course it is because he's mentioned Leicester. I'm just saying. No, actually, I do know what that, because that came up just after Matt had said about you can't say that other teams are going to have Haaland and blah blah blah. That's what that was born out of.
Yeah. No, you,
Let's
you know you can't see the future, but you can, as I like to say, you can up the odds in your favor, and
you can.
that's what you want to do.
There you go. I mean,
Yeah,
we next year
Apologies
yeah.
to Stan if
we've
I'm
been doing
wrong,
this
but I
for 3 years
think
now,
that's
y'all.
what he was replying to.
I
Yeah,
get it. I get it.
we've been doing this since the days of Scott. So
That's true. No,
that's
yeah,
3 years now.
and it's not a religion. It's just that I know if I start reading out jokes, and Mr. Tom knows this, I don't filter them before I read them. So and so I just said, you know what, I'm not even going to read them anymore because there's some
Yep,
I should be filtering and I don't. So it's past.
yep,
It's
yep,
just like ours. So it's past. It's past history, and knowing what
yep,
I can and cannot do. Well,
yep.
we lost form at the worst time when Saliba's injury hurt us. City managed to win 11 or 12 games in a row and showed their class, beating them over
That
38
injury was
games is a
killer.
huge task.
Like,
You need over 90 points. You know, that injury definitely took a lot of the steam out. You know, took a lot of the energy out. But I mean, as I always say, it wasn't. If you look at all those games, if we were more clinical in our shots, we would win. We would have won all three of those games in a row that we drew. We had opportunities to score late in the Southampton game. We probably could have gone up, three on West Ham before they started their comeback. You know, even when they were making a comeback, definitely the Liverpool match could have been a loss for us, but we also had opportunity to score in that one too. So I kind of feel like the opportunities were there for us to switch flip the switch as they say and get something more out of it. So we do give ourselves opportunities to score in pretty much every game, no matter how bad it is. I mean, I think the only one, only there's not that many, but definitely the City match away. I don't feel like it didn't seem like we had opportunities to score in that game, or I was just not so upset I couldn't really remember it. But in most games, we're giving ourselves opportunities to score. You know, no matter if it's
so,
only 8 chances, we still have an opportunity to score.
all right. So,
You know,
to what extent do you believe Saliba hurt your title chances? Is it a
probably
big reason? Is it
it's
part
just it's
reason?
It's about 40% for me, 40 to 50%, man, because we didn't have any backup. We didn't have proper backup. We knew damn well Rod Holden was not going to provide what we needed there in that stretch. And then we brought in Kivior, who in retrospect, you would have rather saw him at least come in and go, because he was a little bit better than Rod Holden, but Rod Holden, man, was absolutely brought nothing to the table. And that also highlights another thing that needs to be addressed in this transfer window. We need adequate replacements, if not better. We need challenging in this team. We need quality, man. We need quality. I told you, remember I said right here, Gary, and I said a back injury is the worst one because you don't know how long it's going to take to heal. And here we go.
Yeah. No. You know what? At that point, it's probably larger than it would have been because we already, as a whole, the team was trending in the wrong direction
Yeah, I
defensively.
mean, we were already, even when he
But
went
that
down,
that
we were
basically just
struggling.
stuck a pin in it almost as far as our
Yeah.
defense goes. And for me, that's where a season manager might do something a little bit different. You know, might go like I always go back to the way Arteta's season career started. He looked at his lineup, didn't like it, said, how can I get something out of this team? And he went with it, basically three at the back and said, let's see what I can get out of this. And sometimes I kind of feel like that three at the back, he probably looks at that as going in reverse, as opposed to, for me, sometimes the strategy has to change based on what you've got, what cards you got in your hand, and who you're going up against.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that's kind of how I feel that the team is struggling a little bit. You're not going to change it with bringing in and out players. All right. So then maybe the formation changed. Something needed to change, and we didn't do either. We just went with the same way, and teams knew exactly. Well, if they're
That's
struggling,
but see, Gary,
here's where I can beat them.
That's that roller
I was
coaster.
thinking the same thing Stan just said to Ray. Sorry.
That roller coaster. I told you, Arteta roller coaster.
Yeah.
Up, down. But see, everybody's got him pegged. This whole inverted left back thing. That ain't working next year.
Yeah.
He's gonna have to go to the drawing board. He's gonna have to coach.
Yeah.
So
No,
I
for
said
sure.
next year is gonna give you a good idea. We're gonna find out.
True. Stephen has joined us. Welcome to the show, Stephen.
What's up, brother?
Yeah. No, you know, Spencer, as I said, we were trending in that direction, and that Saliba leaving basically stuck a pin in it and just like exasperated what was going on. And Arteta went with the players that he had as opposed to going with the best players he could to get through a game. You know, if he watched anything, he watched. I keep going back to the same game. Pep deciding that, you know what, I'm going to have Bernardo Silva, you know, man up against Saka. All right, just because I don't remember if it was injuries or what. But you know what, footballer, you know, just as I always say, so at some point maybe Saka just has to play left, you know, play as a fullback because he can do it. We've seen him, and guess what? He's a baller, right? He's a footballer. Just put him on the pitch, tell him what to do, tell him where to go, and he'll do it.
No, we need
And
to buy. We
and
need to
that's
buy.
no, I'm not saying that that's the answer. I'm saying when you have
Oh.
no choices, your choices are limited, and you've got footballers on your squad, you just play them, right? Because you can bring a Trossard in and let him play in a position. You could move Jesus out wide, let Trossard play, and then if you have to, Saka just has to play in the back. Not because that's the best option you have. Because like you said, we don't have some of the answers we want right now, but we do have footballers on the squad that can do a job. That's what I look at. Take the best of what you got. Like I always said this when Wenger was coaching. I said just get your not your best 11, but your best 11 players out there and play them. Because sometimes he's trying to play players in their positions and they're terrible. They weren't good. But he had better footballers sitting on the bench. You know what I mean? A lot of these footballers can play in different positions. That's fine. So you know, just tell them what to do. They'll do it. A lot of them will, especially when it's definitely needed. Yeah. No, as I say, I believe there's. As I said,
but it's not impressive. When you throw away, this is what keeps getting lost in it. We gave away a title. People are like, oh man, you know what? We'll challenge for. You don't know how many times you're going to challenge for a title. To just throw away a title. That's rough, man. That's rough. You know, I just, you know, it's not. It's just the fact of the matter that we threw away a title, and people just seem to don't realize that. And it's just we threw away a title. We didn't throw away top four. We didn't throw away like last year, top four. Oh, well, we can challenge for that again. We know we can challenge for top four. We know that. We threw away a whole title.
Yeah. I can't say. I guess
it's like I was telling who was I talking to the other day? TJ. I was talking to TJ Warren. And it was like, yeah, that's like when the Patriots went undefeated and didn't win. And I was like, yeah, that's exactly how it feels. That we, bro, that season doesn't mean anything to me.
True.
Luckily, we made up for it, but it's how long it took for us to make up for it. That's why I'm like, it, man. This is why I said, you know, it's not guaranteed, man. And I think people think it's guaranteed we're gonna come right back and we're gonna challenge them next year. And that's just not the case.
But I mean, the same way, I'm going by the way things are trending and what I've seen. I can't go by, as you said.
I mean, Gary, if you're going by that, then Gary,
we're trending in a better direction, aren't we?
We're trending improvement, yes, but not impressive. Gary,
we don't have to be impressive, right? You think about this. Think about this one. No. Think about this. Think about this.
I'm going to do my league.
No. Before you say anything, I guess.
How many times have we sat here and we have watched us in critical situations bottle? That's a pattern. That's 3.5 years. I understand you're saying, oh, well, we're going from 8th, 5th, 5th, now we're 2nd. I know exactly what you're saying. But we've gotten to a point where we keep doing the same thing where we're bottling under pressure. That's an issue. That's an issue. And until that issue gets solved, we won't get over the hump. That's what I've been trying to say. We've got to solve that issue.
I hear you, but I think as I say, I believe we're trying to get in the same direction, same place. I just don't. I'm not taking a road with you. That's all. That's all. We'll hopefully get to the same place, but we're gonna take different roads. Ray's joined us. He thinks with Saliba we would have won those instead of 3 draws. We would have got 3 wins there. Yeah, nothing to say we couldn't, but as I said, we had shots in those games. We had shots and opportunities in those games to take the win. And as Stan says, in your opinion, yeah, I mean, I think we got glimpses of Kirior, but Kirior for me is a project. So I said going into that journey window, I really didn't want any projects. I really wanted players that we could play and have a good feeling, a lot of confidence in that they would do the job. Yeah. And I'm never gonna stop using Saka as a fullback. When I see a Bernardo Silva come out and play and actually guard Saka and actually do a good job of it, right? And then go, you know what? They took one of their versatile players. We keep talking about versatility of players, and they actually used it in a game against us, and it worked. All right, it slowed down Saka to some degree, and I think sometimes we might have to do that. If we don't have the answers, why not? I get it. It's a pipe dream, but it is something we have in our pocket if we want to use it.
No, we're not using that. Then you're not paying him $200,000.
Yeah.
To play left fullback. That's just not gonna happen. That's
I get it. I'm just saying, but at some point you're gonna have to try to get a win.
No, you're gonna have to go out and go buy what you need to.
Well, if you can't buy it, then you're gonna have to try to get it. You have in the middle of a season when you can't buy any players. You have to.
That's off the table.
That is not. You guys are missing my point. You guys are thinking I'm going.
I don't even want you to think about it. I don't even want you to think about it.
Nah.
Because
I deal in. We always talk about keeping it real in the middle of a season when all that's happening and you have no choices. You go and you make the best choice for your team. Sometimes it's not something you want to do, but you got to because you want to get the win, right? That's what you got to do. Sometimes you have to go and do things that you wouldn't do on a regular situation, but you got to get a win. You got to stop the rot. You got to get out of this funk that you're in, right? And you have to do something a little bit on the crazy side. All right.
That's damn sure crazy. There, 200,000 man, please.
Yeah. Or when you have I hear you. I deal in. Let's try and get this win. You guys deal in there. Well, I can't do it because we pay you all this money, and then we'll complain about why we paying you all this money.
Right.
Make up your mind. Yeah, you're paying all that money to get a win. Here's how I can get a win. Yeah. We are feared again. I hope so. I hope the players feel like that. They're confident like that. I hope they do. Yeah. No. Yeah. This is the other part to it. If you don't win, then you got to change things.
Wenger won the title in his first few years.
Yeah.
But like I said, I'm not for the start. I'm not for the start the Wenger talk. I'm not even going to engage in it because we be all night going back and forth over that.
Yeah, no, I am. I'm. As I said, I am. I like what the team has done. We need to see more improvements. Everybody's on the same boat on that. I think no matter what fence you're on, you all want to see the same thing. We want to see the team improve. Yeah. So.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
What's a rat army?
Oh, you talking about this here? Yeah.
Let's just keep going. Just leave it alone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. See our targets. What is this? So I don't know if the targets mean winning a trophy or winning, a league.
That means last season you didn't get the Champions League, and this year you didn't get the title.
Yeah.
That's my understanding of what Stan has said there.
Yeah.
Because obviously, to my understanding, your target last year was Champions League. You didn't get it. This year it was Champions League, but you were very early in a position where you could adjust your targets. Is my understanding of this, and then that target was not met.
No, for sure. For sure.
Depending on perspective, your original target was, I don't know, but I want to get. We need to like cycle through the comments because obviously I need to get talking about Gavin.
You need to get talking about who?
Gavin, of course.
Gavin. All right. All right. Yeah. Oh, this is what they want to talk about?
Yeah, Stan wants to break the bank and bring in Gavin.
And is that Gavin who you were showing there?
No, it's one of the wrestlers from Sunday night, but he's a mental Russian lad. Absolutely insane.
Yeah, that
You know how they say, like, you get, like, oh, such and such a player run through walls? This motherfucker ran through a table for no reason other than why not? But more on that tomorrow night. Oh, it is tomorrow night, isn't it? Yeah,
it is.
tomorrow night on the Full Nelson podcast.
Yeah, check it out. Check it out. Mr. Tom is doing his midweek work, and he also will do weekends as well to bring you guys the content. So if you're into wrestling, or if you're not into wrestling, you still should check it out. They are entertaining.
Yeah, there's visual images, so you'll see what's going on. I put the work in.
There you go. There you go. Gavin to replace Jacques. Yeah, but he sounds a little bit crazier than Jacques.
Gavin's mental.
Yeah.
No, I'll explain the Gavin. Basically, Ian, who you may know as Pink Cushion, he's whenever on our show, whenever there was wrestlers coming up, Ian would just within seconds think of an anagram for a wrestler's name, and the wrestler called Ilya Dragunov, he said an anagram and a name is your lad Gavin, so we just started calling him Gavin.
Okay.
Matt's walking in. What the hell did I just walk into?
Yeah.
It's talking about NXT.
Yeah. Yeah. No, we need. Yeah, I mean, I to some degree, I do agree with this. We need to be a little bit more tougher for sure. That's why we need to be a little tougher, and that's why for me, we talked about players that we bring in, and it's like, do you bring in a Rice? Do you bring in a Casado? And I'm like, for me, one because I think it might get too costly for Rice, but also Casado looks like he plays some of the football that we need to play sometimes. He is somewhat kind of aggressive in the way that he plays. The man took out Martinelli. All right, didn't even get a yellow.
I mean, we got Jesus. You get Jesus laying on the floor. I mean, somebody touch him, he's falling on the floor, hands up.
Didn't even get a yellow for that attack. That tackle.
Attack.
And
attack.
It's just what came out of my mouth. But no, that tackle. I mean, it's just football, but it did knock him out of the game, so it did its job. But it's crazy that's not a yellow, I guess, because I can't imagine a player getting taken out with a tackle, and it's like, no, that's all right. And not only that, but he came from behind. He raced up behind him and put the tackle in. So he was pissed because they got by him. And but I think we need some of that in our club, some of that. And usually it's for it's calculated, right? A lot of times when we do that aggression, it's not calculated, and we pay for it. We pay for it. Yeah. BX Gun, I think, at least for me, I think it's a little bit. Oh, this is the one, Badger here. I think it's not the Ozils and stuff that people are talking about. I think it's the tough players that we're talking about. That's what I think we're missing. Because I watch some of these other teams that we play, like other teams, like I just always go back to like the Burnley games that we played, and we got nothing out of them. those players played hard-nosed football, basically. And we couldn't stand up to it that season, right? Because we didn't have players like that. Sometimes we do need a player like that. We always talk about, I think they always talk about, is it Vieira and all the red cards and stuff that he got? A lot of times those were calculated. That's just him playing some tough football, right? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe
It wasn't.
not. It wasn't. It
He
was
once
just
got
bad.
sent off. He
It's
once
just
got
bad
sent off
football
for spitting. He
for
got
spitting.
sent off once for spitting. Yeah.
No, but I mean, like you're talking about one scenario, but like the bulk of them,
Yeah.
they had nothing to do with football. I think they all had to do something with football and trying to take control of the game. That's what I believe they were. So yeah, he does. He crossed the line sometimes. Yep, yep, and that's what happened. But
Oh, what
yeah.
I was going to say, Gary, is like before you brought him up, like when
Yeah.
you were saying about like your like the word Stan uses, right, soft underbelly. I
Mhm.
always go feel back to the fact you never replaced Patrick Vieira. You lost your midfield enforcer and you went
Yep.
soft,
Yep.
and you
Yep.
never grew it back.
Yep. And when we lose games, a lot of times it's that midfield, and people will say, well, we need to be a little bit tougher in the midfield, and that for me means you need to have a different type of player playing in that midfield, right?
It feels like I could like obviously I watch every minute of every game of your team, so I could be entirely out of pocket on this, but I get the feeling that a lot of games you won because you have individual talent that happens to be really good, and like Arteta's not. Like April showed that Arteta isn't quite elite at winning out games.
Some people will say he
That
doesn't have
maybe
yeah.
that maybe you win because of the coach and
Yeah.
not just the players.
Yeah.
I could
Well,
be wrong,
I think
but
yeah, yeah. No, I think a lot of times is he doesn't have as people will say, he doesn't have a plan B.
Nope.
His plan will work a lot because he's got good quality players and they can execute exactly what he wants. But everybody says you got to remember there's another team on the other side of that field, another manager across from you, another set of players on the other side that also can play some football. And sometimes it's their
This
day and they get you. They get you.
this is why I said that. We talk about that roller coaster. We talk about this manager, and this is why I wanted someone with some experience to navigate.
Yeah.
This is learning on the job.
Yeah. Yeah. No. I think I'm definitely in agreement on that. I mean, we all wanted more seasoned veteran coming in. We did. Arsenal decided to go a different direction, which requires time and patience, which fans don't necessarily have to have. They shouldn't have to have that, so especially for those who have been waiting for this thing to turn around. All right, especially for those who've been waiting. That's the other part to this. Will we be able to track to our number one targets this time around? No more Jorginho stopgaps, please. That's the other part to this. We got
it's a lot
Champions League
easier now.
supposedly.
You're in the Champions League. Yeah.
Well, supposedly Champions League's
Yeah.
supposed to
So
help
what
us,
is
right? It's supposed to help us, right? That's what everybody was saying before. Is that now that we got Champions League, we should be able to attract bigger players. Even though you go back and you look at some of the players we attracted, we didn't have Champions League. So sometimes the process, the manager, and the way they talk works as well. The relationships that they have. So now that we have Champions League, I'm assuming that should mean that players that Arteta has no interaction with in the past, he should be able to bring them in. All right, no more of these Casado going on Twitter and
No
Instagram,
more 14
and
year
then
olds
and then
for
falling,
Corinthians.
yeah,
Yeah. No more of these projects. No more for the futures.
yeah,
It's time for quality now. It's
yeah,
time for quality.
yeah.
Zulu
Yeah.
Warriors.
I hear you. Yeah, I mean, you guys are saying it. You got the Michael Jordan and Kobe that, as Kobe will say, that Mamba type, mentality and stuff.
I've always felt a part. I just don't think Arteta likes strong-willed players. He likes yes men,
Yeah,
and I'm telling you, yes men ain't gonna do it.
yeah, 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 no, as I said, I think this Rice thing, I think we have a price point, and I don't believe it was anywhere near over 90 mil for me anyway. So that's why Casado, one, makes it easy. It's easier for me to think we can get Casado for less, and also brings something to the squad that we don't have. And the fact that he's playing in the Premier League means we don't have to worry about can he play in the league. That's answered already. Can he play well in the league? That's answered already. So, I don't know. That seems easy enough for me. You go either Rice or Casado, you get different things, right? Anybody know where you think Rice will end up if it's not Arsenal? I think he stays pat.
Stan said, had me checking the Google machine. Not that he said anything wrong. It's more because he said that Bayern don't pay that much for players, and he's right. But Bayern Munich's actual record signing is Lucas Hernandez from Atletico Madrid in July 2019, and they paid 80 million euros, which is actually more than I thought they'd have paid for someone, because I always thought their transfer model was basically wait till Borussia Dortmund have a good year and then convince that player to join them when they're out of contract. Because that's what they tend to, that's how they got Lewandowski and I think Mario Götze. But yeah, so while I don't think they're going to pay the 90 odd million for Rice, they have stumped up cash.
If you need a midfielder, he's your answer, right? Is there better midfielders than Rice? Especially what he brings. Anybody? Bueller? Anybody?
At this stage, Garrett, we know that the club went after Rice and Salcedo. We know this. This is documented. There's no reason why they should just go ahead and put the money on the table and get it over with. We know that's what they were looking for. We know what the deal is.
Yeah.
Anything else coming in now is just they don't want to pay the money for either one of them, and they moved on to another option.
Yep. They know what the number is, so either those.
You know how we roll when it comes to that. When you say you know how we roll. They probably showed up with 38.6 million.
Yeah, no, I can see that. This makes no sense for me.
And we love to roll up with a bid to piss somebody off.
Yeah. So this is what you're talking about here. Yeah.
We got relegated and we laughed you out of the room last summer. You're like, oh, we'll give you 20 million for a feeder or whatever it was. Fuck off.
No, yeah.
Like, get off of our property kind of thing.
Yeah. Without Trosso, we finished third. Yeah, probably because we won a 7-game winning streak, right? So I assume I can't remember. I think Jesus wasn't ready yet. So, yeah, we went soft after Gerbalto left. So yeah, as players, we need to get better at that. Unpopular opinion, but until Xhaka came, our midfield was soft, but the haters won't admit it. I don't think Xhaka was as dominating and as aggressive as you think. A lot of times I was, that's where these yellow cards and stuff came from, is because he plays not controlled. And then he'll do something silly, for me anyways, a lot of times. So that's why he was, for me, an issue when he had to come back and play defense. How many times did he run and get back into the box just as the goal was going in? He just was never there when you needed him, at least for me.
The midfield is still perceived as soft, even with Xhaka.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't see Xhaka as being a tough midfielder for me.
Yeah. No, I agree with you.
Yeah, we always go back to, can I get the Xhaka that plays for that played for Switzerland, and that's kind of what we're getting now. But it's taken too long, and now we've got better.
1 year out of 7 years is absolutely scandalous. No, nope. It was time to go.
Yeah,
It's time to go.
Yeah. For me, the players progressed more than the manager. They took what he wanted them to do and did it, but he couldn't help them when things were not. Yeah, and it's just. I think I said yes. I think I'm a little bit behind, but that's pretty much what I'm saying. I think as many people will say, no. I think we all say no plan B. I don't know. I don't care what fence we're on. We're all saying the same thing. Arteta at some point has no answers. He has no answers, and I can't. I'm so surprised that no one on that bench can give him the answers. That's the part I don't get. I don't get that. Yeah, we do have a dog now, so there you go. Yeah, yeah.
It's a
Moose.
dog thing.
We bought a dog called Win, right? Uh, ooh, yeah. If you see what's in our private chat, you know how you can. I'll change the ticker, but you will not believe who asked for this. This is how much he doesn't want to talk about this
No,
anymore.
no, this is
over
truth.
with, bro.
This is truth. No, I'll tell you this. No. Sadly,
It's not Mr. Tom that asked
basically,
for this,
I
people.
forgot. No, I forgot that I needed to get crisps, so I'm having to settle with a classic. But I know it's a favourite of Matt's. I know it is. We're gonna go with Sensations Thai Sweet Chili.
Ah, sweet.
Oh yeah, we all know that's a good one.
That's old reliable. You know
Yeah.
what, man? That is
It
like
is.
Arsenal back in the day. That was
It's a
old
comfort
reliable.
crisp. Yep,
Mm,
a comfort crisp indeed. A solid 9.4 out of 12.2.
and he hasn't even eaten it yet. That's how good it is, people.
Mm.
So as I said, you think Mr. Tom was asking for his segment? No, it was Matt's done talking. I think we tapped him out. He's tapping out. I'm done talking football.
I got to get my ass up and go to work tomorrow.
No, I hear that. No, but you know what?
I had a week off.
Yeah, he's like, I have had enough. No, as I said, I think a lot of you, some of you are saying that one Casado is cheaper, but also, you know, I think we can't go wrong with either one. But if it comes down to money, we're more likely going to get Casado. And I think that he comes from he's younger in terms of his his football maturity, but so he's got a lot more growth there. So you only hope he can get better. And hopefully, Partey is still around and can give him some tips before he heads out. Yeah. So that's the thing. You're gonna pay.
Now. My planet needs me.
You have to go now. What? I think some of you are saying Casado. Yeah. That's what somebody said. I was listening to some of the shows today. They're like, if Rice was gave his word to Arsenal and all of this, and his family's in charge, it says he's going, then why are these Bayern Munich rumors coming out? That's it. Who knows where that comes from? Who knows where that? Yeah, as you say, paper talk. Yeah. Yeah, and not only was Xhaka not getting a sent off, but Arsenal has not had a red card in over a season. So there you go. Yeah, we had divas, but I think that's all gone now. Now we just need better players. Yeah, see, reckless. And of course, Xhaka is not a CDM. That is true. That is true. So, of course Sam goes there. Yeah, he does. Sam is dirty. Poochie. Yeah.
That's what I was referencing.
Yeah, I think Xhaka going. I mean, as I say, until he actually puts on another shirt, I'm still hesitant. I'm still hesitant to feel like.
Gotta wait a week. We'll find out next week.
Yeah. I would assume that he wants to do this thing and move on with his, get his family situated. It sounded like the boss, Mrs. Xhaka, said it's time to move. So we'll see if that happens. What is that?
Do a question of the week.
You got a question? Yeah, let's do that.
I got a question. All right. Who are the only two teams in the country, England, that don't have their geographical location in their name.
Who are the what? Only what?
Who are the only 2 clubs in the country that don't have the geographical location of the team in their name? According to the place I found this question.
Oh.
Shoot, everybody I can think of, they got there.
One out
You
of
said
2.
in you said in the Premier League
Us.
No, in England.
Us.
in
it's
England.
Arsenal.
One is
Yeah,
is Arsenal.
Arsenal. One's Arsenal. One's Arsenal. Yeah.
Done. The other one is Port Vale.
Oh,
Port Vale.
Port Vale,
You know
I
what?
believe they're in League 2. Yeah, that's it. It's
Yeah,
done.
Port Vale. Port Vale.
okay. All right.
Every other team has at least some reference to its location in their name.
All right.
Wow.
People, hey, look at it. We actually got the question today. Look at that.
Yeah.
Power
It
of the
only
chip.
took all season.
Finally got an Arsenal question. All right, but before we go, got a big question here. Arsenal, we all believe we need a striker. We also believe that we probably don't have that striker in our club right now that we need today. Maybe tomorrow we have that striker, but today, like, we don't have that striker. Who you got, Matt?
For Vlahovic, we can go back in for Vlahovic. Get him for cheap. Juve
Son.
is He is
Son.
down the toilet.
Mitrovic from Fulham. There you go. Mr. Tom, any strikers? We're not taking no. Don't even no. Before you even think it.
We got Nketiah. He can get Nketiah.
No. He's gonna say something even crazier.
What am I going to say, Gary?
I'm not
What
gonna
am I
say his name.
Go on.
I'm not gonna say
No,
his name.
no, go on. Go on. Who am I about to shop? Who am I about to shop to Arsenal? Go on.
This tall blonde. I think he's blonde. Banford.
He could do a job for you. I'm promising.
He can do a job for us. He definitely can do a job.
He'd do a job.
It's not the job we're asking for. That's all.
He'd turn up to training. He'd be professional. He wouldn't cause any problems in your team.
Yeah.
He wouldn't score any penalties, obviously, but he'd be a good guy to have around the
He's a good
building.
guy. Yeah, we got one of those. We got a Holding. He's a good guy in the locker room. Got it. Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
ours block sat today in Nketiah, 34 games as sub, 0 goals. You know what? That's all in here. For Nketiah, that's all in here because guess he told us. He told Arteta, he told us. He don't play unless he starts. He doesn't play unless he starts. I thought he did score. But I didn't like that mentality at all. 6-foot goal machine named Dusan Vlahovic. Yeah.
Do you need a left back?
We need lots of everything, man.
I can sort you out lots of players for my team, especially in the
We'll take Tyler Adams. I keep telling you.
No, we're like that. But I've got an entire back four that you can have.
I don't know anything about your back. Nobody knows anything about your back four. Not a. Osman, I don't think we're not going to spend over 100 for Rice, and we want him. I doubt we're going to spend over 120 for Osman.
Lautaro Martinez is probably going to stay put, and Osman's probably going to stay put.
Yeah.
Especially Osman, considering that Napoli won their titles in the Champions League, and they're a little bit. He'll probably do one more year, then he'll leave.
Yeah.
If you buy Junior Firpo off us for 96 million, I'll let you have Rodrigo for £4.50.
That just sounds like too much. Still.
All right.
Tyler Adams, see, just sell your Tyler Adams, and then you have lots of money to buy whoever you want. And go Alexis Sanchez, welcome to the show. He says, Leeds have a back four.
Welcome to the show after you made that sort of comment. Oh, welcome. No. That's not coming out against politeness.
That's a good introduction to the
It's not
to the
wrong.
chat.
It's not wrong, but of course I've got to defend my team in some form.
That's a good way to introduce yourself. I don't know if this is somebody we know or not, but welcome to the show. We talk about anything on this show. By the time we get to this day, usually we're tapped out on pure football analysis and all that stuff. So Yunus Musa, that's a good young player. I'm not sure. I think we need somebody who's an established player, right? I think he's still young. If you're gonna do this, then why not? Oh, you might as well just stay with what you got, right? And stay with like a 20-goal scorer in the in Liga. That's actually on your books as is today. I don't know. Won't buy a big name striker. Probably should though. Yep, Balogun is always a name. I mean, I hope they let that man get a test run and see how he does before they let him go. That seems like a waste. Seems like the wrong way to go.
All right, now you can welcome Alexis Sanchez.
So go Alexis. Yeah, says nah. You Leeds fans there more that defending was abysmal on Sunday against a washed club. Yeah, and Mr. Tom will tell you that's pretty much what it looked like for the last couple of months.
That I'll tell you this. That fourth goal, I'm gonna use Matt language. That fourth goal was scandalous. Downright scandalous.
Scandalous.
Well,
Yeah.
All right, we're good. You know what?
Lucas Moura parted our defence like it was the Red Sea or something, and we just watched him go through. You'd have thought he was Lionel Messi, but it was Lucas Moura of Tottenham. And
it's crazy because the last time I saw Lucas Moura, he came on and got a red card in like 2 minutes. So he does it all. He gives you red cards. He gives you goals. All right, so we are at 70 minutes. We're gonna say our goodbyes. This is our last show of the season. We'll have shows throughout the summer. We'll see how that goes. I will give you a warning on it, but it is the summer months, so we'll probably be off and on. I'll try to be regular about it though. If not, if you don't see us and we don't have a show, I'll try to get a video out anyway, so you can hear me speak if you want. But we'll chat it up as much as we can, and go from there. Buying striker, yeah. So we will get out of here, and I'm gonna have everybody say their goodbyes. So
Thanks for the wonderful season, everybody. Let's improve. Let's not ball it next year. No matter what we're doing, we don't need to ball it. No ball zone. We need to make some signings, and make sure that you subscribe to the Southern Gooner. Also check next Saturday. Tony Clark Gunner TV and myself will be breaking down some of the transfer rumors, and we're gonna be having a good time doing it. So make sure you come through.
Cool. And we got Mr. Tom.
Yeah. So similar to what Matt said. Thanks for supporting us throughout the season with like your interactions, your comments, your likes, your viewership, and everything of that nature. I'm sure we'll be seeing you again. I'm going to be doing my show, the Full Nelson podcast. Will be live tomorrow night. It's going to be more of a Q&A type show. Get your questions in. There's nowhere to put them. Just ask them at the time. That's code for I was too lazy to actually think of a topic this week because I've been ill and tired and stuff. So I was like, we just do a Q&A. But so have a good summer, everyone. Behave yourself. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. You don't know what I'd do. But thank you for having me on for the year, Gary, because I don't support the team. That is the main topic of this show. So 95% of the time I'm sitting there going, I don't even know why he has me on it. Don't know. But I get to eat crisps at 2 a.m, so it's not all bad.
Yeah. Nah, we appreciate you having you on, Mr. Tom. As Mr. Tom said, we'll hopefully see him next season off and on, but we'll see what happens there. We'll definitely see him on the weekend show, the match day show, when we go through all the games and stuff. So we'll see him then. And I appreciate having Matt on. As you know, well, we'll definitely see Matt next year. We'll see how this summer goes. Maybe I'll actually might
No,
get to
Gary,
meet.
you'll be over there. We'll bring you in over there at the channel. So don't you'll be over there at least on one of these transfer shows.
Oh yeah, and I would like to do that definitely. So you'll see me on with Tony Claude, but also maybe I'll get to see Matt this summer if the team does right by him.
I told you I'm not coming this time. It's quality transfers. Don't show up. Don't come showing up with some for the futures. Could be
For
sitting up there
sure.
by yourself. I'll be watching you from right here at the house.
There you go. Yeah. It's a lot of people want Jesus out on the left and get a striker in, so that would be nice. And just let it rotate. But yeah, everybody, thank you again for joining us. It's been as I said, an up and down roller coaster ride, but we've made it through, and hopefully we see some improvements over this summer, and just do better next time, right? And I'd like to say, life is a journey. Don't waste a trip. Enjoy the ride, people. And we will see you on the next one. Look out for us. We'll be back in full force when the season starts, but throughout the summer months, we'll be off and on. So look out. Look out.
Full force.
And sounds like I might see BX Gunner in Jersey. So that'd be cool. Cool. Very much. That'd be good to see you for sure. Everybody. And I'm out. And we're out here.
Your defense is in trouble.